The entire team at the Emsolation podcast acknowledges the traditional custodians and cultures of the lands and seas on which we live and work. We pay our respects to all First Nations peoples, elders and ancestors. We acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded and stand in solidarity towards a shared future. I personally want to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which I record this podcast every week, the Wurundjeri people. I recognise their continued connection to the land and waters of this beautiful place I call home. Always was, always will be.
Russiano.
I've just been sitting there in the corner clutching my little anxiety blanket, just lost in these sex scenes.
And Michael Lucas.
How does it not look like you've got an enormous wang on the stage?
This is Emsolation.
Not that you're in any way biased.
How dare you? How dare you point out exactly what I am?
You're in Emsolation.
Well, hello there and welcome to Emsolation. My name is Em Russiano. I'm a writer, a singer, a stand-up comedian, a podcaster, a maximalist power queen and a neurodivergent magic brain. And together with my best friend since I was 11, screenwriter, podcaster, actor and Logie Award winner, Mr. Michael Lucas, I bring you this podcast each week. And we cover off just the things that amused us or enlightened us, piqued our interest during the week. And it could be anything. We never know. The planning meetings happen about 30 seconds before we record. We like to keep everything fresh. You'll often hear me yelling at Michael as he starts in on a thought, say that, say that. And today is no exception. In fact, what you're about to hear is we just flat out start mid-conversation because as I turned the mics on to begin recording, it became apparent that Michael had missed a TikTok trend, an Instagram reel trend, a news story that has captured the world's imagination, and it is called vabbing. And if you follow me online, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you have missed, as Michael did, the phenomenon that is vabbing. I won't give it away now because you're about to hear him guess, and perhaps you can guess along with him. So you're going to not hear the usual hello. It's just I just happened to press record and we just kept chatting as we do. And usually we would edit it out and make it a clean start, but just some things happened in there that you should all be aware of, I feel. How have you been? Last week's episode has gone off. Flanter. Welcome to all our new Emsolators. There's thousands of you who've sampled and hopefully we've enticed you to come back for another episode. Don't worry, this week is twice as chaotic as perhaps your first ever experience was last week. We're recording quite late at night now because Michael is filming the second season of the Newsreader now, so he rolls in and is exhausted. And an exhausted Michael is an extremely funny Michael. And it allows me to let my brain off the chain because usually when I go on a side quest, he's there to be the crossing guard and just bring me back on track. But when the two of us are going on side quests, Michael's just jumping in on the cart. He's on the roller coaster. He's not stopping it. He's encouraging it. Sometimes he's in charge of the side quests. So you're going to get just as much hilarity. Look, I do want to warn everyone, there are some screaming goats. We had a complaint from a lady who felt she got quite scared. She requested a warning, so I'm warning, I'm telling you when. But just prepare yourself for that. And the screaming goat sound doesn't come from where you think it's going to come from. Oh, my goodness, trust me. Oh, we also review the Thor Love and Thunder movie. Very specifically, we review Chris Hemsworth's Bottom. And we also talk about the recasting of Funny Girl on Broadway. The controversial recasting. Glee fans, you'll be interested to hear who it is. You really will. But if you're a Glee fan, you probably already know. How are you? How has your week been? Mine has been, I started my speech. I'm giving a National Press Club address on August 24th at our nation's capital. I've been thinking about it. I've had counselling sessions on it, mindset coaching sessions. I've finally come up with the title, Blood, Sweat and Glitter. And then the subtitle is The Story of a Neurodivergent Girl Living in a Neurotypical World. I mean, and sing that like Material Girl by Madonna. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, if you didn't do that, why are you even here? So I've got a title, and as we know, that's half the battle. And I wrote an intro, and I want you to know that there is a J-Lo reference 30 seconds into my National Press Club address. Hashtag on brand. So I've been doing that and just working away on that. And the other exciting thing happening, oh my goodness, are you ready? I'm so pumped. This week, I've hired a cleaner to come in and do a spring clean. You know the cleans you get like before you move out or if you're going to do an open house? She's coming in and I've just got her for one day. And it's like, like imagine Eminem starting to play. Dun, 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 dun. You only get one shot. She's coming in, she's got one shot. She's bringing all her own equipment. Her name's Betty. I've had chats with her on the phone. I said, Betty, we have been a family of 5 on lockdown for 2 years. I just feel like this place needs an exorcism. Can you bring your bleach that also could be used in an exorcism? She's like, I've got it. I'm coming in. I'm really good at blitzing. I go, blitzing is the correct word, Betty. So she's going to be doing the grouch. She's going to be doing under the dunny, on the dunny, under the beds. Like she's going to be doing an under clean. No shoving. It is going to be an honest clean. Cupboards are going to be pulled out, dusted, reset, everything, sheets refolded. And I know this will only last for 24 hours. So on Friday, I'll be smug. I'm inviting all my friends over on Friday. Everyone's going to see my house looking like a display home. And then Saturday, I know it'll all go to shit. Unless I force everyone to move out. Don't think I didn't think about that. And you'll understand, for those of you who are like me, I'm a very messy person who craves order. I want everything to be just perfect, but I'm incapable of doing that because, the way my brain works, it pushes up against each other. So Betty's coming in. Saint Betty. I'll report back next week. I'll take lots of photos. I'm so excited. And can I just say to you, it never occurred me to do this. It's a special treat. It never occurred to me. I don't want a cleaner. I don't want a cleaner coming every week because then I have to clean for the cleaner. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to have to have the pressure of making sure everyone's undies are put away or the really offensive undies are hidden somewhere, right? I don't have to worry about that weekly. But if I know someone's coming, once every couple months to do a whole day blitz, I've given myself 4 or 5 days run up. So I just encourage you. It's something I never thought about, and then it occurred to me, oh, my God, I could just get a one-off spring. If you do that a couple times a year, you can survive, okay? So that was the big exciting thing for me. I'm so old. I'm going to get straight into the app. Remember, don't be alarmed, don't be distressed. It's just halfway through a convo, but you'll understand why we needed to leave it in there. Play the music.
M. Russiano and Michael Lucas. This is Emsolation.
Okay. No, you've missed a whole thing today. You've missed yesterday, in fact. It blew up, and then I made a reaction video, and the reaction video has since gone viral. Vabbing.
Okay.
What do you think vabbing is? What could it be? What's your initial feeling on the word vabbing?
Well, anything that starts with a VA, I go to a vagina.
Right.
Abbing. It's a very active word.
Right.
Abbing. I think grabbing. I think vagina grabbing, vabbing. But maybe using your vagina to do something. Maybe.
Pick things up with the lips. Is that what you mean? Like this? Imagine this was my undies, right? Are you imagining... Wait, I want to make sure James is filming. Are you imagining this is vabbing? Just say, this is my vagina. Are you imagining that is vabbing? My lips have just picked.
Do you have that much control over your vagina? Over the lips? It's been a while since I've never been in your particular area, but it's been a while since I've seen that part of...
You just have to wait and see. Vaginas can push out babies.
They certainly can.
So maybe they can pick up mobile phones if trained adequately.
Tell you what, that'd go viral.
So you think that vabbing...
Well, no, I think it's something active to do with the vagina. It's something, it's vabbing. For some reason I've just got nab comes to mind.
Right. So what, vaginas are kidnapping things?
Someone's doing something to a vagina?
Wow. Shall we dive into it?
Please.
James, our videographer, is rushing to get things set up. I will pause in a momente. Poor James. I don't think that's even turned on. Oh, wait. I'll hold it. I'm holding. Until
I'm
James
just sitting
says,
here in this space where, as far as I know, the Daily Mail could have written an article where they said M. Russiano lifts up mobile phone with her vagina and I didn't know about it.
And wouldn't bat an eyelid, to be honest.
I'd just be like...
So, a new skill set?
Glad to know she had the energy.
She must be feeling better.
I just imagine you going,
That
Scott, my hands are full. What do you expect me to do? You expect me to just answer this call with my vagina? Well, fuck you. Here we go. And then she did it.
The iron infusion certainly worked. I knew that'd get you. I fucking knew that'd get you.
And the motivational talk. He said, want to be in touch with your inner self, who are you? I grab things in my vagina.
My reaction to having to really deep down discover who I am as a person was to train my outer labia up all week like fucking Linda Hamilton in Terminator 2.
I'll be back.
Instead of doing pull-ups with my arms, I was doing pull-ups with the lips of my vagina. I had a montage.
She's the first woman to win the Australian Open with her vagina.
Oh my God, welcome to Insulation. You're joining us halfway through a conversation. Michael and I sat down to do the planning meeting. And I say that with very heavy inverted commas.
Very generous.
And I said to him, we're going to discuss vabbing. And he's like, well, what? And I said, oh, dear. Now, for those of you who follow me on social media, you're well across vabbing. Michael Lucas, though, is in a sort of a cocoon of filming at the moment. He has not been across the viral TikTok discussions around vabbing. Now, how best do we break this to Michael? Do we get him to watch the video, gang? What do we think? Yes?
Okay, we need to talk about vabbing.
Okay, what's vabbing?
Pheromones are like a secreted chemical hormone.
A little concerned about your use of the word secrete, but I'm staying open.
Get up there, give them a swipe.
Madam, what now?
You don't have to be like fresh out of the shower clean, but relatively clean.
But what are we doing with our clean?
Dab, vab, behind the ears, on the wrists, maybe a little on the neck.
Wait, is she suggesting you pop your pussy perfume on your pulse points?
Proceed with caution.
I think I'm okay with regular perfume, thank you so much. Try Elizabeth Arden's new fragrance, Pink Door. Why not try Impulse Merrily Muff, Discharge by Davidoff. Okay, you got it?
I've got it.
Okay. Obviously, vabbing is inserting your fingers up your vajouge, getting some natural puss juice and just popping it on your pulse points. Puss juice, pulse points. And just driving a potential mate wild, okay?
I'm already going to what's the male equivalent.
Right? That's the first thing I thought of as well. So this has become a viral TikTok trend. Everybody's talking about it, okay?
Like people enacting it.
People are trying it on their dates. People are discussing it. Now, I recall
Is this going to be, are you going to reveal that you've done it right now and I'm sitting opposite you? Because at the moment all I'm smelling, you did spill a margarita and that's pretty much all the scent I'm getting at the moment. Unless
is that my natural pheromone?
I would believe your vagina would secrete margarita. I certainly wouldn't want to be breathalyzed after.
When the officers pull up to take a breath, I'll be like, nah, lower. They're the lips you got to be worried about. Yeah, so I have been, of course, because I am the international face of vagins everywhere. Apparently, I am the vagina lady. That is my brand.
Well, you did sing and dance with about 18
once.
vaginas.
You danced with 12 vaginas
on a nationally televised special that's been repeated about 18 times.
I'm on national television and I'm about to bring out 12 classically trained vaginas. Please give a big round of applause.
It's like when you mention you like Batman once when you're a kid and it's Batman slippers, Batman doona covers, Batman pajamas. I'm the same but with vaginas.
I'm Batman. Well, you did write an anthemic song called Flap Up. But anyway, I don't know how
So,
it's
of course, being the face of vaginas and vulvas, as soon as this started going viral, I was getting tagged. I got tagged 1,000 times yesterday, right? Like, and my phone was just, I had my phone like, oh my God, what international disaster has befallen the world? Why is that Emma Rossiano trending? What? And it was because a woman had inserted her fingers up her vajouge and was popping it on her wrists in the attempt of attracting a mate. And of course, I'm like, so that is why I am trending and vabbing is trending. I put this video up, it's gone banana, over 200,000 views now. And initially it was all fun and games, right? And people were commenting, lol, lol, lol. But then I regretted putting it up because a lot of women were putting the vomit face emoji. And I was like,
No.
there will be no pussy perfume shaming on an Emraciano Instagram page. We are vagin positive. We are
Celebratory.
sex positive. And so now I am encouraging vabbing.
You become the vabbing spokesperson.
I am happy to whatever it takes.
Why did you just dub the back of your neck as you said that?
I am not wearing any secretions intentionally. Because I just started seeing all these vomit faces.
No.
And I was like, ladies,
No.
no. And then one woman wrote, oh, it would just smell like a fish market. And I had to say, doh, it should not smell like you've popped some Ode to John West on your neck.
It's the tuna John West rejects.
If that's the case, you got to pop yourself off to the doctors for some bacterial vaginosis medications. Your pH levels are out. I've discussed this many times.
How
Ladies,
did you become the face of vagina?
I don't
know.
but I just want to, in case you're not sure, if your nether regions smell like you've left salmon out in the sun, go to the doctors. That is not a normal smell. Vaginas should not smell like fish. That is an adage I wish to just blow up. And there should be no shame. If you, before you pop out on a first date, decide, you know what, I'm not going to put my flower bomb on by Victor and Rolf. I'm going to use my other flower bomb. You go ahead, my friend. You pop those things on. You know, in fact, Michele.
Oh, what are you going to ask
Now,
me to do? I'm really scared.
because this is because I was trained in breakfast radio and commercial radio, so obviously the natural thing to do is to find out if this does in fact work. Okay, I'm in a
does calling
relationship.
your daughter
You're
into
in a relationship.
Okay.
Ben's in a relationship. We
Yeah.
need a single person
Okay.
to attempt vabbing. Michele,
What?
would you mind coming into the studio for one moment, please? Hello?
I really
Now-
don't know where this is
Now,
going.
you're a single lady. Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, now, are you going out on Friday night?
Sure.
Okay, great. So,
No.
would you really,
No.
for the sake
No.
of the podcast,
No.
to
no.
perhaps
No.
put some of your own personal aroma
No.
on your just your wrist, just a little whoosh
Look,
whoosh before you
look.
go. You don't have to do any
Look.
inserting, just a little whoosh whoosh, little shush 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 in the area after you shower, and just go
Look.
out there and just see if you attract a nice mate.
Look,
Yep.
my vagina doesn't smell bad.
Yep.
But
no,
it doesn't
don't have shame about it.
But it doesn't exactly smell like roses either.
well, it doesn't. It shouldn't.
So I would just prefer to stick with my Gucci Harry Styles perfume.
I'm sure Harry Styles would be enamoured. I'm sure that is exactly the perfume if anyone would like
No,
that.
no, my actual Harry Styles perfume.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Could you be complimentary? Like, would it be a vabbing
could be a
work
layered-
with?
a
Yeah.
layered approach.
Yeah.
A vab.
Could be a new front in other sense that you buy. How does it combine with your natural vabbing?
So that's a I'll think about it, Mum.
Sure.
Okay, thank you so much. Great. So
I think we got off lightly there. I think that could have been a lot worse.
no, I just think like these are the things you have to do. And none of us I would do it, but what's the point?
No, but you could. Well, I mean, you could see what effect it has on Scott.
On my husband of 20 years who
Yeah.
sleeps with tape across his mouth and walks around the house with noise cancelling headphones even when nothing's on them.
Well, exactly. If the noise cancelling
just
headphones come off,
Can't smell anything.
can he? Why
Nah,
not?
he's
Some
got
septum
bad
issue?
septum sinuses.
Really?
It'd be a lot of effort gone to waste on a person that cannot smell anything.
You could still see what response you get without acting on it.
Why don't you do it?
I don't have a vagina.
You do have other pheromones,
Well,
though.
okay,
Let's
right.
talk about it. Right. So, of course, I had to do a hyperfixation deep dive on this.
Okay, sure.
And I found myself at the Journal of Acute Disease. And I read an article called Pheromones and Their Role as Aphrodisiacs. Okay. Now, pheromones are obviously like substance within our bodies that it sparks sexual desire. And pheromones were the first ever aphrodisiacs before oysters, before whatever the other things are. I don't know. What is it? Chocolate? Who knows? Whatever. I just know oysters. They were the first ones. Now, okay, stay with me. I'm going to get scientific. Curiosity Humans have glands at the base of their hair follicles, especially in the armpits and the genital region, which produce chemicals, aka pheromones, and the odour of which may attract a mate. Now, the chemicals are spread over the hair surface very efficiently and they dissipate everywhere, okay? And volatile, I love that the ones in the vagina are volatile. Volatile alphatic acids occur in normal vaginal secretions. Now, they're strong odours, which were likened in this journal to, checks my notes, rancid butter.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Whoa, that is a vivid term. That's visceral. Rancid butter.
And I quote.
And it's been a long
Journal of
time
Acute
between
Disease.
drinks for me, but I don't remember rancid butter.
Again, if your vagina and vulva area is smelling like rancid butter, pop off to the gyno. But apparently that's the smell. And they tested this amongst primates, amongst monkeys. And when the rancid butter came forthwith from the lady gardens of the lady monkeys, the male monkeys wanted to bonk them.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a thing in this.
I've walked dogs in the park. I'm familiar with this part of science.
Right. So I wear a particular perfume called Molecule, which smells differently on everyone else. It works with your own pheromones. If you smell it, it's a nothing smell. I have it here. Wait, I'm getting my perfume.
This really is the curiosity show. It's a scientific experiment. So basically what I think she's going to say is I'm going to smell it, not on her. It's going to smell like nothing.
Okay, right. So this doesn't smell like anything. Smell it.
Yeah, it doesn't smell like
Okay. Now, if I spray it on my wrist. Now, just want to note this is not vagina pheromones. Okay.
And I just want to note for those who aren't watching, because it's a podcast, she has not sprayed it on her vagina either. I'm not. When you hear me sniff, it is
Okay,
not
now you
Em's vagina that I'm sniffing.
You must never, when you pop perfume on, you must never crush your arms together like you may have seen your grandmother do in the day because it destroys the perfume. Okay.
Thank God you told me that.
You wave
because
it
I'm really
around.
Yep.
Now, when I've worn
Vogue.
this perfume for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Now, when you smell it, you're going to go, oh, that's you. Right? Is that an M smell?
Yeah, that's an M smell.
That's
It's
me,
an M
right?
smell.
Now, if I sprayed that on you, give me your
Completely
wrist.
different. Oh, God.
This is such great podcast content because really you can wait, wave it. Don't bruise the perfume. Wave it. Okay. Blowing it. Okay, smell. Smells different on you.
It does. I still think it's quite nice, but it smells different.
It's oh my God. It smells so different. It smells soapier on you and more cigar-y on me, and that feels about right.
We've really gone somewhere because
Yeah.
I feel like if anyone followed the Lewinsky-Clinton scandal, then cigars were vabbed in a quite dramatic way.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
What?
I think you are right though. It does smell. I get a
It
very
smells more-
floral thing from me.
It smells manly on me and floral on you.
I just want to state for the record, I am so sure there's no vagina secretions on me at the moment.
Anyway, I just wanted to say to everyone who posted a vomit face emoji under my video, I want to encourage you to vab this weekend. I'm putting the challenge out to all M-solators. I challenge you. I challenge you to vab and report back. And I swear to God, I will keep it anonymous if you want to. Send a voicemail with your findings. Film your findings. If any of you are brave enough to vab, don't film the vabbing part, but just like do it and then film your husband or partner or potential loved one and just say, I've got a new perfume. Do you want to smell? If you are willing to film that moment, we will use it. Social media capture. This is an important
Scientific and sociological.
evolutionary, all those things. This is a pheromonical study, not a word.
And don't feel left out, gentlemen. If you want to do the male equivalent to PEB or...
Oh, what would we call that? Jabbing?
Well, no, vagina has become vab, so
Yeah,
penis...
jizz. Oh, pabbing.
Jizz. Oh.
Jazz. I went jizzing. What would we
Jizz.
call? Yeah, vagina is dabbing vag. So if you dab dicks, dabbing. It would just be.
Dabbing.
It would be that.
Okay, yeah, but dabbing's already a word in strong use.
I know. What about wagging, wanging, wabbing? Don't. I don't think semen is the same. I know semen isn't the same.
I mean, that's a whole different
No,
thing.
because that's a thing coming out of a thing. This is this is juices and acids from the Garden of Life.
Yeah,
that's like a byproduct, an unfortunate, claggy. It's not got any magic bits. Sure, it can make life. Look, it can make life. It can make life. But it's not like there's no apes out there like having a wank and then popping it in a bottle and like popping it on before they head out to meet a lady ape. Like that's not what creation intended. Wow!
I do remember. Yeah. Remember when like 20-somethings who don't males that don't wash their sheets enough? Mm. That's when you get the real. Yeah, when you step into a 20-something.
I'm not happy. We haven't come up with the right term.
No.
What are we going to call it? Cobbing. Cabbing?
Cabbing exists as a term.
Yeah. It has to be the anatomically correct penis. Pabbing?
Pabbing.
Oh, pabbing sounds like, remember people used to get papillomas on their feet at the pool and you had to wear thongs?
Well, celebrities also get papped.
Oh, that's a P. Pab. Pabs. That's about right. Try that and get back to us. I saw Thor Love and Thunder. Mm-hmm. And if every movie was ever going to make me fab. Fab. How did I go to fab? I was going with fapping.
You've already made it gay.
Well, that's the thing. Taika and Nat and Chris all promised the gay community, the queer community, that Thor Love and Thunder was so gay, so gay. I heard them say it in interviews. Oh, my God, it's so gay.
Hi, gay.
It's not.
Oh, isn't it?
They overpromised and underdelivered.
Oh, you still seem satisfied.
I loved it. Yeah. It's had terrible reviews.
Hey, take it easy, man.
And I knew that going in, but I am a Taika Waititi stan, not so much about the moving on from the wife to the young hot ingenue.
You're not forgiven him for that yet?
I'm able to hold both in my heart. Everything is problematic.
You're a complex woman.
I am a complex woman. And when we talk about Glee later on, you will understand even more about that idea.
My God.
So I also love the Marvel Universe. Mm-hmm. You're not that fast.
Well, look, I was there for a time.
When did you tap out of Marvel Universe?
Like Avengers Age of Ultron.
Oh, you went pretty far.
Yeah, I was a long way into it. And I can't even tell you why. It's like, why did I stop reading Harry Potter at Goblet of Fire? I don't know. I just stopped, and then all of a sudden it suddenly felt like a lot of homework needed to be done to catch up.
Okay, well, first of all, it's great.
I watched Ragnarok. I've seen that.
Then you'll love this. This is just Ragnarok, just not as good.
I mean, all the reviews tend to say it's a bit too much, but then that makes sense why the maximalist power queen would love it.
I did. And also I figured out today why I love Baz Luhrmann movies. Because,
same thing.
Well, not only that, he's enamored by novelty and he can't be bothered with the storyline because it's just, he doesn't want to have to go back and repeat himself and do fact checks and just get down in the drudgery of continuity and making sure there's arcs and shit. He just wants flashy, shiny things all the time because his brain is always moving, which is why I love his movies, because I don't like getting bogged down in the minutiae of things unless it's real minutia. So I realised today that's why I love Baz, because I don't know if he is a member of the neurodivergent community, but he certainly exhibits some traits of us, and his love of fast-paced, novelty, flashy things that don't quite make sense and just move on before you're ready to even understand what happened, but you know it feels good.
Lots of spinny newspapers coming out, flying onto the screen.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what this movie is. Under 2 hours. It's the shortest one they've ever made.
Thank God.
It is in and out, which appealed to me. But unfortunately, when you're going to make a short movie that is kind of ending a massive saga and Thor's questioning all that he holds dear and he doesn't think gods are actually worth the worship that they are given by men because they are so flawed, and therefore he loses his ability to even use his hammer, and then we get Lady Thor because she can wield the hammer, therefore Natalie Portman comes back and she is Mighty Thor. So this is a whole big thing, right?
All I know about this movie is you see his bottom.
You see his bum, and Russell Crowe delivers it to us.
What?
Yeah, Russell Crowe
Didn't see
delivers
that coming.
Chris Hemsworth's ass to us, and it's really beautiful. But let's not put the butt cheeks before the cart. So first of all, the movie is about Chris Hemsworth is back, and this time Christian Bale is playing so obviously we had Thanos in the last ones.
Obviously.
Christian Bale is now playing the big baddie, and Christian Bale's great. He is such a great actor, okay? And he plays Gore, the God Butcher.
The only ones who gods care about is themselves.
Now, unfortunately, we only see Gore really kind of hurt one god, so I don't know how he got the nickname in the movie. And his backstory is a bit soft in the movie too. Like his daughter passes away, and then all of a sudden he just decides all gods must die. And then it's a little bit like we don't actually get enough of Christian Bale, if I'm being honest.
Really?
Gore's actually scarier in the comics. They played down the way, and I heard Taika.
Are you familiar with the comics?
Of course I am.
Oh. No, I
Did you think I was a cool person in high school?
I was there. I
Yeah.
know you weren't.
No.
But nor did I see you flipping comic pages, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I loved comics. So graphic novels, because sometimes I couldn't concentrate long enough to read things, and
I
so if there's
see.
beautiful pictures so it's very short, and the transitions aren't smooth. It does rush from scene to scene, and sure, there's some complaints there. The visual effects, if you could picture Tron, the 80s version, something happened with the VFX team. I don't know what happened. There are 2 large goats in this movie, which I'm here for.
And giant goats.
Oh, look at those. They are wonderful.
Yes, they are. They also scream quite a lot.
But they don't look like they based it off of real life goats.
Right.
I don't know what happened.
Right.
They do scream. They scream like they're the screaming
Yeah,
goats.
okay.
And last week in our podcast, we had a screaming goat.
Right.
There's also a lot of focus on Phantom of the Opera, but subliminally, like one of the characters wears a Phantom of the Opera T-shirt. Then when they're revealing the Eternity Hell, the Phantom of the Opera mask is on the big statue.
Okay. Any music from it?
No.
Oh, that's
But I'm just like, wow, Taika, like we've got Phantom of the Opera references. We've got a screaming goat. Like I felt like he was talking to me, like making the movie for me. What was the other reason I felt like he was making it for me? Phantom of the Opera, screaming goat.
The Screaming Goats was because he liked the Taylor Swift meme.
Yeah, the Taylor Swift meme. Well, that's the reason I liked it.
Trouble. I've
Yeah.
done that at karaoke. That's my favourite karaoke. I do it with the screaming goat, and I ruin. Not that I've got a good voice to begin with, but I cannot speak after that.
Babe, we got an official warning on my radio show because we did it so often during that show, during that song. And you know how often we played Taylor Swift on commercial radio?
Constantly.
And the Screaming Goats was the only thing keeping me going for a period of weeks. And we got pulled aside and got an official warning for playing too many Screaming Goats.
People are driving off the road.
Pretty much. No, people were frightened. We had a complaint last week from the podcast. One woman said, please don't put Screaming Goats in again. I needed a warning. I was scared. I'm going to put 4 in. 4 in. You're not going to know where they're coming this week. You're not going to know there's going to be a screaming goat. Where's the screaming goat? So I'm going to do a screaming goat here on my pad.
Hi.
Wait, stop. Halfway through High Game melded into a screaming goat. So like,
Hi, gang.
Right, Jesus Christ, that'll get a lot of work out. I would say to anyone, go to karaoke and do Taylor Swift's song Trouble, but do it as a screaming goat, and it is cathartic.
can you just give us a bit?
She goes, trouble, trouble, trouble.
Lying on the cold, hard ground.
Ah! That's pretty good. Ah! There's only so many choruses you want to do. I just want everyone to know that's not watching. I did do that. Came out me.
Just one more. I'm lying on the cold, hard ground.
I just want to dedicate that to Kate Jenkinson, who I did karaoke with, and she was not aware of what I was going to do when it came to that point. She was doing the Taylor bit.
Oh, can you reset who Kate Jenkinson is, please?
Sorry, she's an actress. She's She's in Wentworth, and she's in Five
Offspring.
Bedrooms and Offspring. And
Oh my God, that is, I didn't think we'd top vabbing, and then you've done the screaming goat.
I want your screaming goat. Can you do it? I know you're a professional singer. You've got to protect it.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to do it. Sure, let's go with that. So it's got screaming goats in it. And also, we've got a lady Thor, which is fantastic. I just loved it. It's stupid. There's so much Guns N' Roses. Oh, that's the other reason I thought he made it for me.
Oh, Guns N' Roses.
Full of
Gunners.
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
And that-
Sweet Child of Mine.
Sweet Child of Mine,
course.
Patience,
Yeah.
just the guitar solo of November Rain.
Oh.
And it's in this pivotal moment, and the guitar solo comes on. It's just that when slashes out front of the church, you're not the only one, and slashes out front of the church. Then the girl's in that mullet wedding dress, and it's like there's a helicopter dust. He's not plugged in, but he's playing an electric guitar. But don't question it. Don't question the magic. And so that happened, and I was so enamored with this film, and it has been given the worst reviews. But don't listen.
Just go.
If you know me, you know the things I love. You know I love camp, novelty, and Chris Hemsworth bum. Right, so we get to Russell Crowe, who's delivering. He sounds like he's Super Mario. We couldn't figure out why Russell Crowe was taking off an Italian accent when he was playing Zeus.
Oh, because he's trying for Greek.
Let's see who you are. I take off your disguise.
It's me, Russell Crowe. Zeus, no, Thor, what are you doing? I'm taking your clothes off. Oh, mamma mia. Yeah, it was hectic. But Russell Crowe does deliver us a nude Chris Hemsworth.
He undresses him.
Chris Hemsworth is in a disguise at the meeting of the Gods Assembly.
Yeah.
And he's like, show yourself. And then he puts his hand to remove his cloak.
Oh, but he doesn't
it goes
physically
too far.
touch him.
No, it's with a hand movement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he flicks his wrist and he flicked too hard.
And flick. Oh, flick too hard, damn it!
And so Thor's clothes are completely removed. And we just get you get full back view of a Hemsworth nude. You get upper torso, no peen.
Of course, no pain.
It's a children's film for kids.
It's a children's film.
But I can report Chris Hemsworth bottom is everything you would want it to be. I'm interested to know if he used a stunt bum, because you'd never be able to tell.
I'd feel betrayed.
I would use
I
a
think
stunt
it'd be
bum.
really?
I would, even if I was Chris, I would know how much was riding on this 5 seconds. You know, how many women, gay men, whatever.
You're noted for your bottom though. I've heard straight men say it.
Yeah, I have good bum. But
You're a sprinter and a hurdler.
Yeah, but
hurdler's bum.
it's also 3 children later, and I'm 43, and gravity is a bitch. So, but I would still, if I was a Hemsworth, and everybody's like, oh, he's a Hemsworth, I wouldn't want to let the masses down. So I would have a bum audition, and I would try and go as close to my own OG bum as I could. But
You would bring integrity to the bum
yeah,
audition.
it would be.
You wouldn't go crazy.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go
You
nuts.
say, Kim Kardashian, look, thank you,
Yeah.
but I'm...
It needs to be believable, is what I'm saying. Oh my God, I just keep hearing you scream in the back of my mind. So
I'm still spinning out that Slash's electric guitar wasn't plugged in the November Rain video clip. You've destroyed my
Never
childhood.
thought about that? He's
just never
literally
thought about
standing
it. Are you
500
sure?
metres from the fucking church. This is a really long extension cord.
Well,
What did you
yeah.
think?
Well, I thought
There
there
was
was a
no
really
amp.
long extension
How are
cord.
we hearing it?
Well, I just didn't question the logic of any of it.
Mate, it is one of the most iconic guitars.
I remember it. I've never questioned it. I just believed it. I mean, it's not that I thought he was really playing it, but I just believed in the integrity of that shot.
No, doll, no. It's the first thing my dad screamed at the TV when we were watching it on Rage.
Oh, where's
His
your
guitar's
cord?
not even plugged in.
I was just carried by the emotion at the
That was
moment.
my dad's note. But the entire, that song goes for 11 minutes? I don't know. It's just this epic story. And there's a woman there, half naked in a dress, and my dad's just screaming his guitar's not plugged in. He's not even playing it. He's not even, probably can't even play it. I'm like, that is Slash. How dare you, sir?
Dare you. That's sacrilegious.
Anyway, I'm giving Thor 4.5 hammers out of 5. I loved it. Go and see it. It's a romp. It's quick. It won't take up too much of your time. The music is phenomenal. Taika is hilarious. He's back as Korg. There's some kind of lesbian tinges. There wasn't enough gay for me. Wasn't enough homoerotica in there. I mean, you do get an ass. And you get the giant goats. So that
You
is...
get the fan of the opera references, few gay things.
And not explained. They don't even mention why.
You never have to justify that
Don't
reference.
have to. Okay. We're going to go away. We're going to come back. Speaking of gay references,
Hi, gay.
What?
I'm just going to talk about musical theatre. I was just trying to think. Hello, Dolly? No. What?
Funny
Not that
girl.
Gay. Funny girl.
Pretty gay.
Pretty gay. We're going to talk about recasting of Fanny Bryce in Funny Girl on Broadway, just when you thought we couldn't get camper.
M. Russiano and Michael Lucas. This is Emsolation.
Okay. Fanny Bryce.
Wow. We started with vabbing and we're ending at fatties.
Fanny Bryce, of course, is the lead character in Funny Girl.
Just want to confirm I know a lot more about this Fanny than I do about any biological Fanny.
Don't say that. You were straight to you at 29 years of age. Funny Girl is currently on Broadway and reimagined, reopened not long ago. And for those of you who aren't across Funny Girl, would you like to give a synopsis?
Yes. Funny Girl is the musical story of Fanny Bryce, a real life.
Originally played by?
Barbra Streisand. It was her debut. It was her Broadway debut, and it became her silver screen debut, and she won an Oscar for it, her very first role. She started playing it when she was very young. It's iconic. She sings the song People
Who need people. No, but I mean, don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy
and the sun's a ball of butter.
Yeah.
Don't bring around the cloud.
Don't rain on my parade.
Hi, gay.
Exactly. Iconic. So.
But here's the thing about it.
Yeah.
So Barbara
Are we going to
did
get some
it.
weird facts?
Yeah, weird facts. Barbara did it. She did it in the 60s on Broadway.
Right.
She was so amazing.
So amazing.
And the movie was so successful. But even though the movie was successful and everything, they never restaged it because everyone thought nobody can live up to Barbara. No one can play that role ever. So it has not been back on Broadway. It's not been revived. In Australia, Carolyn O'Connor dared take it on and got good reviews for it.
Wow.
But on Broadway, they were just like, no, only Barbara, only Barbara, only Barbara, until in 2022, all of a sudden it announced Beanie Feldstein
Yes.
is taking on
Yes.
Fanny Bryce, the first person since Barbara. Is it a poison chalice or is it one of the greatest ideas ever? Anyway, and also Jane Lynch from Glee is playing her mum.
Yeah. So Beanie Feldstein, you would know from Booksmart. And what else have we watched her in, Marcella? She's like...
I've seen her on Broadway myself because she was in the Bette Midler Hello Dolly.
She was in Lady Bird. Shut up.
I know, she was.
Look
it
at
was
this.
amazing.
Look at this guy.
I'm so smug about it.
Smug little...
David Hyde Pierce and Bette Midler and Beanie Feldstein were all in the same show, and it was incredible.
And you saw it.
I saw it.
And he's just broken the fourth wall. He's just looked at the camera
looked at the camera
to
to say-
deliver how fucking incredible it was.
Yeah.
What we do in the shadows.
Oh, yeah, what we're doing. Oh, she is.
She's Jonah Hill's sister.
Correct. She's great. I have to say, though, I raised an eyebrow when I heard she'd been cast as Fanny Bryce because I know what it takes to sing that fucking role. It is a hectic, acrobatic, charismatic... Like, Beanie is a strong singer. Like, there's singers and there's strong singers, okay? So there's... Like with dancing, you're what I would call a strong mover, not a dancer.
Sounds like a piece of construction
It's a
equipment.
term that's used in musical theatre. My daughter's also a strong mover.
I know. I feel sorry for her that she's been
You
put in the
dance
same
with
category
purpose?
as me. It's true.
Beanie sings with purpose, but not, I would say, a natural singer, okay?
There's strong singers, there's natural singers, and then there's Streisand.
Barbra Streisand.
Sand.
Sand, yeah, like sands.
Streisand is in...
Streisand, as she says it.
Streisand is in her own category. Beanie didn't get great reviews. It was only nominated for one Tony.
That was it. It was snubbed.
It
I
was
think we
snubbed.
can say that.
It was snubbed. And the purists were not kind to her, saying she can't sing, she can't dance.
Oh.
That's what basically the real Broadway snobs were saying. So it's announced, and Beanie made the announcement on Instagram. She made a Notes app statement
Classic.
with the comments turned off,
Classic.
saying that the producers had decided to go in a different direction, so she had made the difficult decision to step away.
Oh, that's intriguing.
If you're told as an actor a show's going in a different direction, generally that means you're not invited. So she's finishing up. She was meant to go till the end of the year. She is finishing up in a month.
Oh, whoa, that's very early.
Now, the person that has been recast is, I think, all things aside, the smartest business PR move they could have made, because this musical needs an injection of something. And they've decided it is a lightly controversial injection of Lea Michele from Glee.
A lot of backstory to this.
Lea Michele this bitch has manifested this role.
She's wanted it.
I need you to know, like, all things aside, she's extremely problematic. There were bullying and racism claims laid against her, that she was impossible to work with on set. Let's push that to the side for one moment. I'm not, like, minimizing that. I just want to put that to the side. She, in the show, constantly said that was all she wanted to do. Her character played Fanny Bryce on Broadway. To which Sue Sylvester was watching but then walked out and said she needed to go and hurt herself. Jane Lynch has since quit
She's quit.
because she can't work with her. She then performed it on the Glee Live tour also. And sung it twice on Glee.
No one has ever gone harder for a role, I would say. And I'm including Madonna as Evita. Like, no one's gone harder.
No. She has, like, made this... This is, like, you have to admire. And this legwork started, like, in 2009, I want to say. Now, Glee was obviously consumed by my children and I. Like, it was a time, and now we know it would not get made today. Transphobic, fatphobic, ableist. There is Glee.
I have not returned to it of late.
No, it's not. It doesn't hold up.
Doesn't it?
No, not in any way.
Because it was actually, at its time, received as very progressive.
We felt it, like, we were like, oh, look, there's so many queer-centered characters. But no, it doesn't hold up on 9,000 different fronts. Social media captain will put in a few articles so you can get up to speed. But it has its place in time and history, and it was a musical show that allowed weirdos to shine. And for me and my kids and the likes of you.
Did a whole Madonna dedicated episode.
Yeah, but like we said, just would not get made now.
Really?
No,
I don't remember
bad.
the transphobia.
It's not good.
Okay.
It's just not good. And obviously, since Lea Michelle's obviously had the controversy around her, she was posting in support of Black Lives Matter, and then one of the girls of the cast of season 6, who is an African American, she said, well, you actually made my life hell and made me want to quit television, and you said you wanted to shit in my wig. So, yeah, it was hectic. And then other characters came out. Also, the girl who played Santana, who, of course, tragically died, Naya Rivera. She wrote in her autobiography things along a similar line, that when her character was moved up to be, an equal lead with Lea Michelle's, that Lea stopped talking to her for basically the rest of the season. So will this uncancel her? What do you think?
Well, you know what? I
would watch. Judge me all you want, but...
I think it will rest on how well she does. But also, I'm going to say it's probably quite a good position to do it. I think it's better to come in after someone else has perhaps disappointed a little in the role, because people are going to be primed for the comparison. And poor Beanie was just compared to Streisand, whereas Lea is going to be compared to Beanie. And I reckon she'll. I've seen her sing it. She eats it. She can sing it, but the Beanie's funny, and the character Fanny Bryce is funny, and Streisand was funny. Is Lea Michele funny?
Like Streisand is.
Is she?
Streisand isn't funny like Beanie's funny. No, Streisand's funny.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between Streisand's not self-aware, but she's funny. Beanie's self-aware. Lea Michele.
No self-awareness.
But funny. So I think she's going to eat it. I think this is going to be phenomenal. And that, her first night, if that bitch doesn't explode on stage from just fucking smugness and achievement, very problematic person, all things aside, my God, she did it. Like, if she's not staring herself in the mirror before she goes on stage and you fucking did it. You did it, bitch. And the moment she starts singing, "Don't tell me not to live," I simply gotta fucking hell, mate. I'll shit my pants. And she's problematic.
I hope she doesn't.
She is if all the things leveled at her are true, and again, I'll go down the route of the men have behaved way worse and gotten along with her for way longer, and we seem to go after badly behaved women way harder. But anyway, hello, Ellen, that's a whole different thing. Oh, God, my perfume's smelling good. What's yours? Do you still smell soapy? I can't get over how different it smells on us. Smell mine. It's woody. It's woody, isn't it? So, I mean, time will tell. But I think it is a stroke of genius casting. It'll either sink it or it'll just explode. But I'm telling you right now, I'm predicting she's going to win a Tony next year.
Would you travel to Broadway for it?
Yeah. We're going to America next year. We're going to Palm Springs.
But you didn't come for Bet.
Oh, you gave me 2 days notice
I did not.
You gave me no notice.
I think it was just that you were parenting.
We're going to Palm Springs in March, so we can swing to New York.
Will she still be going out? Well, that'll be the test.
She will be. And I'm telling you, that bitch is going to win a Tony. She's going all the way. This is full redemption story. This is full redemption. We'll see. Time will tell. All right. Jeez, didn't we go some places today? We thought, what's going to happen? All right, everyone. All right, you better go in case you get some more.
Okay.
Okay, bye. 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 Go say bye.
Oh, bye.
Okay, bye.
I feel like I should scream.
Yes. Now I'm lying on the cold, hard ground. Ah! Bye.
This is Emsolation.
All right. Did you ever think you would hear Michael Lucas and not me making the goat sound? It just feels like we did a body swap for that moment in time. It's so impressive. And it's a skill I didn't even know he had. I thought I knew everything about Michael John Lucas, but I didn't know that. And don't worry, I'll be calling upon it. We're going to make it a hot button. It's going to go right next to...
What the fuck is hell?
I want to remind you that we still have a couple fucking hell t-shirts. Speaking of, all proceeds going to an autism charity. I think we have like 12 left. If you could please buy them so I can donate the money. All of the money is going in and it's been great. We're not going to do any more. This is it. Limited edition. If you don't get a fucking hell t-shirt, you miss out forever and you'll have regret until possibly your last breath.
What the fuck is hell?
Also, if you are listening to us on the Spotify app, well, that's the only way you can you make sure that you've tapped the follow button? Because way more of you are listening. We can see how many people listen compared to how many of you press follow. And it is a double. Please remember to follow us and give us a 5-star review. Why not? I mean, I'm just suggesting 5 stars. Anything less, just don't bother. Don't worry about it. Okay? It's cool. And let us know how we can get that extra star from you. But don't, because I'm very sensitive. Maybe you just tell Marcella or someone else, who then I'll break it down to me. Actually, scrap that, no feedback. Give us 5 stars, make sure you're following us, and that way it helps us look really good, go up the charts. It's a simple thing. It's a very simple thing. And also, if you are friends with people you know enjoy my work, but they're not quite across the line with podcasting, really push us on them because it's free. I get paid to make it so I can keep going with my career. We all win. It's good. It's funny. So just think about anyone you've gone to one of my live shows with. Check in. Do you listen to Em's podcast? It comes out every Thursday. It's so great. It's the best thing she makes. I need you guys. I need the groundwork. I need you to do the Gary. I need you to do some grafting. Get in the graft. I'm still watching Love Island. I've almost caught up. I'm almost, I was about 52 episodes behind. I've almost caught up. Get in the graft. You're right then. That's enough from me. Make sure you're following the Instagram account at Emsolation Podcast. And if you do follow us, go and press the little bell so you don't miss out on any of the great videos that James Henderson makes, my videographer. Marcella does a lot of work there too. And final thing, gosh, there's a lot. Sign up for the newsletter. Be our pen pal. Each week, a very detailed, lovely email will hit your account with lots of recommendations. Anything we've talked about on the podcast, there'll be links. I like to make sure you get the full 360 experience with us. How do I sign up, Em? Well, I'm glad you asked. At the Emsolation Instagram account, there's a little highlight circle. Just tap on that and there's a link there to make it easy for you. All right, that's all the housekeeping. Have a wonderful week. I hope you enjoyed this ep. I think I enjoyed it more than Flanta, to be honest, just because of the goat noise. Okay, chat soon. Bye.
Emsolation with Em Rusciano is a Spotify exclusive podcast recorded at Down the Hill Studios. Hosted by Em Rusciano with Michael Lucas. Executive produced by Benjamin Wasley. Produced by Em Rusciano. Edited by Ezekiel Fenn at Entente Music. With videos by James Henderson. Socials by Marcella Rusciano Barrow. With assistance from Jem Evans and Georgia Watts. Plus, occasional office shelf installs and flat pack wrangling from Em's dad Vinci. Get more Emsolation by following us on Instagram at Emsolation Podcast. You can also sign up for our weekly newsletter and join other Emsolators at the Emsolation group on Facebook. The answer is Harry Styles. Please take the time to share this podcast with a friend, give us a 5-star rating, and make sure you're following us on the Spotify app by hitting the follow button. Thanks for listening to this week's episode, and we look forward to chatting with you again soon.